we'll start with Alexandria Bivens first. With personnel security, we'll start with her. And then we'll switch over to Angelica and Shatiba for the orientation overview and platform overview. And then we will end with Thomas Kelardy on the computers and laptops. Okay, she's already started our recording and transcription. So let's see, Alexandria, do you want to go ahead and come on screen so we can make sure we got you?
Sure. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm good. I'm good. Well, I'm Alexandria Bivens. I'm the team lead and senior specialist for personnel security. My team initiates background investigations for contractors, and contractors means interns, non-paid interns, affiliates, and volunteers. And it's my team is responsible for initiating the background investigation. And basically, as a result of COVID, everything is online. So when you are asked to initiate an investigation for someone or for yourself, or when you're asked for yourself, you'll go into eQuip. We'll go into eQuip, which is an electronic questionnaire, and it asks you 5 years of work history, where you lived, and who knows you. And basically, it asks you to give names and complete addresses. So I always tell people, have your resume handy because you'll need to know that information, where you worked. If you don't know your supervisor, just put you don't know your supervisor because things change. And then it asks you to fill out OF 306. Now, don't let it scare you because it's going to say declaration for federal employees. But that means for contractors as well. In the fine print, it's for non-federal employees too. And that form is electronic and it's part of your eQuip, which is the questionnaire we have you fill out. And it just asks questions of your background. Have you served in the military? Have you signed up for selective service? And it asks you other questions as well. Please don't email that question to me or to any of our case managers. That form is supposed to be uploaded to your eQuip. And it's pretty simple. You sign it and date it, and that's it. It tells you everything you need to know in regards to if you answered yes to a question or no to a question. And for background investigations, the sooner you complete it, the sooner you get your background investigation is completed. We ask that you obtain fingerprints because fingerprints go along with your background investigation. And those fingerprints are electronic. We try not to mail, because of COVID, we're working from home. So we try not to mail things out because we're limited on when we go in the office. But we have a new system called PhilPrint. And PhilPrint is partnering with the post office, surprisingly enough. And you can schedule an appointment, and all the instructions are sent in an email we send you. The links to the eQuip, the phone number, detailed instructions of how to sign up for fingerprints. And it's pretty step by step, but if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call us and just ask us questions. We're more than happy to answer your questions myself. Or I have my backup is Theresa Cansino-Madrid, and she's here on the call. And any of us in personnel security are more than happy to help you or answer your questions.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Before we go any further, if you know how to use the reaction function in here, can we just give Alexandria a heart or a hand clap or something, because she is so amazing and she helps us figure all of this out. You guys have no idea what it takes to bring on 90 plus RAs and bring in these different cohorts, but she's always available to answer our questions and being so supportive. So we really appreciate you. And so I see that Theresa has came on camera. Theresa, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sorry, having issues with the mic. No, Alexandra did a good job. She explained everything. So, get your fingerprints done and your equip and upload that OF306 because there's a lot of times we have to get back to you and wait for you to get it done. So that OF306 is important and try and remember to upload it before you submit the equip. Once you submit the equip to us, you can't get it back. Well, you can. We're going to send it back to you, but if you can send it before you release it at the end, it's towards the end where you upload it. It'll ask for other documents. Please try and upload it. Make sure it's signed. Check all the boxes. Because the sooner you do all this, then the sooner you can get your link pass. So that's what we're working towards. And I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. I do know that I received an email from one of the RAs, and she may have already emailed you by now. Her name was Carly O'Connor. She told me that she had submitted her one of her forms without the other. I think she submitted her equip without her 306. So she was wondering what do I do now that I've submitted one without the other. I believe she may have emailed you.
Yes, if we, the reason we don't like to receive the OF306 is because it's PI, it's personal information, and we're forbidden to receive personal information without it being encrypted or password protected. But what they don't tell you is that we're unable to upload that document to the equip. So if we receive an equip that doesn't have an OF306 attached, we can go in there and reject it back to you, and we'll put in the comment section, please, we rejected your equip because you did not upload the OF306. Please upload this equip, and then you will receive an email from HSPD-12 or myself or any of the case managers to upload this document to your equip. What that means is you're going to have to log into your equip and upload the document and then sign it and release it back to us so we can review it. So that's what happens when we don't receive an OF306 to the equip.
Perfect. Thank you so much for providing that response. All right, so at this time, we'll take any questions for Theresa or Alexandria. So you can just go ahead and use the hand raising function or drop your question in the chat box and I'll get to you. So the first hand I see is Anthony.
How's everybody doing? I haven't heard, I've done the OF306 and the equip and all that, and I haven't heard anything back from my link pass yet. Am I to assume that I'm going to get an email regarding to go pick it up or something like that? I've done the fingerprints and all that as well.
No, just send your case manager an email and let them know, hey, you finished your equip. And that just gives us a heads up because we have a lot of cases and it's hard to keep track of who finishes it. And no, just let us know you finished it and we'll go in there and review it and release it. Once we release it, review it for errors, it takes about 48 hours to get a result.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
So your information for your case manager would be on the email that you got the equip to do the equip. So it should be at the bottom or someone's information you can ask them questions
Okay.
And have to check the status.
Okay, great. Yeah, that sounds good. I'll make sure to get on that right away. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next question or next hand, Valerie.
Hey, so I have two. Is it okay for me to start working before I get approved? Is that normal? Because I'm not sure if I've gotten approved or not.
You mean before your background's finished?
Yes.
Some people do start work, but you'll have limited access. I don't think we try to get the background investigations completed before, but it doesn't always happen. So it will limit your computer access, I believe. So
Okay.
I just encourage you to complete it. And if you haven't been notified, just send me an email and let me know, hey, someone hasn't reached out, and I will make sure I'll look you up and I'll verify your information, and we'll get your background investigation started immediately.
Okay, yeah, because she approved it and sent it in. So I know that that's been done, and I know that my boss has received like information in the mail for her to fill out as well.
Right.
But she hasn't sent it in yet. She just got it today.
Right.
So do I just wait?
No,
Or...
you're fine. You just follow your normal procedure. Usually Equip will contact all your employers and universities, all your references. They're very detailed, and they will contact people who you list, and they're just processing the investigation. I'm not sure of because they process for all federal agencies, and so your background doesn't need to be completed before you begin working with us. It can be in the process of them completing it, but eventually it will get completed.
Okay, so do I just send you an email like later on in the future or something?
You can send us an email and ask us for an update, and we'll give you an update. Usually we get like daily updates, but it depends on when we can go in there and then update our systems. Once we update our systems, you will know the system talks to another system and pushes you forward. So you're fine in your link pass process. It will push you forward on the back end, and you will be notified from HSPD-12 in an email regarding your link pass, and that email might go to your junk mail or your spam. So just be on the lookout for it, and it'll ask you to schedule an appointment to pick up your link pass. That's when you know your investigation is in the process of completing.
Oh, okay. All right. And then I do the link pass stuff before all of this because I just did mine today.
Right. You do your fingerprints, and then once we review your equip, we will go in the system and release your fingerprints. Release means we let it go to the FBI. We push it to the FBI, and they will get us a preliminary result called a SAC, a fingerprint check. And it checks all the databases. Once we get that report from the FBI, we will go in and input it to the Forest Service system. And once we input it to that system, it pushes your link pass to print. And then that's when you know you will be notified to pick up, to schedule an appointment to pick up your link pass. We have a preliminary result, and that's a good thing.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Valerie, are you putting your hand down, or do you have another question? Okay. Taylor?
Hey everybody, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I've asked this question before, but I think I just need a little bit more clarification. I've been previously, what's the word, educated before, whatever you call it, approved, background approved, there we go, for a different federal position that I turned down for this opportunity. And I think the last time I asked, like, how do I handle that, picking up a link card, I think I spoke with Dawn, and Dawn said to just schedule an appointment to go pick up another link pass. Is that okay to do, since I was already issued a link pass? I just never picked it up because I didn't follow through with the position.
If Dawn sends me your name, I can go in and verify. sometimes when you leave another agency, sometimes they don't complete your investigation. They stop. So you might have worked for another agency and I don't know how long, but if you worked there for a long period, chances are they completed the investigation. But before I issue you a link pass, I have to verify that you have a background investigation on file, and it has to be current, no more than 2 years old, or no more than a 2-year break in service. Then I can use your old background investigation. So if you send me your name or in the chat, I will go in and verify it because I have to see if it's current or just do my research.
It's current. I asked Dawn to look and she looked while we were on the meeting and said it was still active. That's why I'm saying, I mean, this was like a month time frame. I was already issued the link pass, already got all the emails saying I was approved and issued the pass. So I'm just kind of like looking for guidance forward.
Yeah. If you send me your name, I'll send you a chat later and we can talk about it. But all of that needs to happen is if you were with another federal agency, the sponsor needs to go in and make sure that they're the sponsoring agency, and just resend the email for you to make an appointment to pick up your link pass. That's all that needs to be done. But I can go in there and see what the hangup is for your link pass. I can see if it's been shipped or if it's what status it's in.
Okay.
I can see if it's in a holding status or they're waiting for it to be shipped or you need to schedule an appointment to pick up. I can see that part of it.
Okay. All right. In that case, I am going to try and find the chat function so I can send you my name.
Hey, this is Dawn. I'm looking in the system now, Alexandria, and if this is Taylor Townsend, her card was delivered to the Tallahassee, Florida station. So she should be good to make that appointment and pick it up.
Yeah. Yeah, you just have to pick it up then.
Okay. Follow-up question then. When I was scheduling to have my fingerprinting done, there wasn't a Tallahassee station populating in the search. I had to go out of state to go get fingerprinted. It was just shipped to SEAC, the Park Service, and they told me to come pick it up there. That's why I was just confused if I needed to go back to the fingerprinting station or, yeah.
Now that COVID is getting better, I think more stations are open. I'm not part of that sponsoring. I don't know what link pass stations are open and closed and what's near you. But if Dawn needs, I can send her a list of link pass stations in Florida, and maybe we can get you a little closer so that you don't have to go out of state. Okay?
Oh, okay. Dawn, does it say where in Tallahassee it was delivered? That might just help.
Yeah, I'll send you an email on the side. We don't need to let everybody else involved in this discussion. So I'll follow up with you afterwards.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Dawn. Thanks, Alexandria. Max.
Oh, yes, I'm also having issues with the link pass because 3 weeks ago I went to Aiken, South Carolina. That was the closest place I can go to. And they said I had to return to the base or have it delivered to a different base to pick it up. And so far I have not received an email on whether if it is ready or not. And this has been weeks ago.
Right. Did you complete your equip?
I was never given an equip email.
Oh, okay. If you put your name in the chat, we'll get you started for your equip, and you won't receive your link pass until you complete your investigation.
Okay.
So that
I've heard
means
there was
you have to complete the
14-day deadline to do it. Would that matter?
Sort of. If you send me your name, I can check and see if it's expired. There is a time frame. It's time sensitive. So you do have so many days. We tell you 10 to 14 because it gives us time to go in and review it. But if you put your name in the chat, I can see if your equip's expired, because it is time sensitive and it will time me out or you out, and we'll have to reinitiate it again.
Okay. I just
no
put it.
worries. No worries.
I just put my thing in chat. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thanks, Matt. Romeo?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. I am one of the people that haven't received an email for equip either, so do I just put my name in the chat?
Yep. Put your name in the chat and we'll initiate you by Friday. We'll send out that email to you.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right,
Yep.
thank you.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
I see a few other of you have not received it. So as she stated before, just drop it in the chat. If you joined us by phone, then you're going to have to come off of mute and let us know who you are. If you have not received your equip email, but if you are online and able to utilize the chat box, then please drop that in the chat so that they can see it. Okay. All right. Elizabeth.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay. So I have done my equip and stuff. And I'm just wondering about the link pass. I got my fingerprints taken in Minnesota and I'm moving to Wyoming. How can I get it sent to somewhere maybe a little bit closer to where I'm actually stationed?
Have your COR go into USA Access and have them change the delivery location, or ask them to change the delivery location.
Okay, and COR is what?
You're a contracting office representative.
Okay, perfect.
Right, and ask them to change the location, and link passes can be mailed to the nearest, if it's they can be mailed from link pass station to link pass station. So we can try to find something closer to you.
Awesome, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So if I can just jump in here for everyone listening on the call, the people probably that you'll need to let know where your city and state, if you're relocating, let myself or Lady Vanessa Reyes know, because we are your sponsors. One or the other of us are. And we'll take care of that ship to address that it will be in your local area.
Thanks for that, Dawn.
Thank you, Dawn.
All right, Jacob.
Good morning. So I guess I just got my question answered about, because I'm one of the ones that got the equip done and everything, and then now I'm waiting on the link pass. So as far as making sure it's mailed to the right place, because I am relocating a few states over, is it just I just have to talk to Dawn or somebody like that to make sure
Yes.
it gets to the right place? Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, sweet.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right, Jeffrey.
Hey y'all, y'all can hear me, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I was just I've gotten the fingerprints and the equip done and everything, and I was just wondering like how long normally the background investigation takes to finish before I get the email that says, hey, your link pass is ready to pick up.
It depends on if it's a holiday.
Yeah.
If it's a holiday, it's slower, but put your name in the chat and I can give you a status, and I'll send you an email in regards to that. And
Yeah.
I'll send you a link pass status as well. I mean, I can go in a system and I don't need to receive, I can go in a system to check a result quicker than receiving it.
Yeah, I appreciate it, because when I was at the link pass center, sometimes they said the background checks can take months.
They can, but when we get a preliminary result, like a fingerprint check, or we call it a SAC check, it doesn't take too long. Once we release the equip, I can get a result really quick.
All right,
So,
thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. Like I said, put your name in the chat and I promise I will send you a response later this afternoon or tomorrow morning. Whoever puts their name in the chat, you'll get initiated by tomorrow morning.
All right, thank you, Jeffrey. All right, so just for sake of time, we're gonna get ready to move on. But before we do, just kind of want to recap that. So again, if you have not received your equip email, drop your name in the chat box, and so that they can follow up with you with a status. Or if you have done all of that and you have not heard anything back, then drop your name in the chat as well to let them know that you would like a status check if they're able to see that for you. And then the last thing, if you need to change your location of delivery of your link pass, then make sure to email us at our 21 CSC inbox. Each one of you should have that email address. You've used it before. So just email your information to that inbox and we will make sure to reroute your link pass. And I think that kind of covered the basis of this part. Alexandria, we thank you again. We really appreciate you and Theresa taking the time out to join us today to discuss link passes, background checks, and all of that. So critical and so important. As you can see, a lot of questions about that. So
yes. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions about the process, please contact us. We will be more than happy to help you or walk you through the process. Okay?
Perfect.
All right. Thank you.
Take care.
Take care.
All right. Well, thanks. So now the next thing that we'll do is hop over to GYF to Angelica. And she's going to talk to you guys a little bit about the orientation platform that you'll be using for next week. And so, Angelica, you have the floor.
Hello, everyone. My name is Angelica Juarez. I'm the Operations Associate with Greening Youth Foundation. Is my screen sharing right now?
Yes.
Perfect. So hi, everyone. You'll be expecting, if you haven't received an email from Cloud Compass, you'll be receiving it by the end of today. What you're going to be getting first is an email telling you, welcome to the Resource Assistance Program Orientation. You can either download the app or access the web browser version. Once you have the app, it should look like this, GYF on your phone or on your tablet, whatever you're using. You'll be required to verify your account, so make sure you do that first as well. And then from there, you can log in using your first, last name, and your email. And the email will be the one that you received your invitation to. So please make sure to use that one. Once you complete that, be within the platform. And this is what it'll look like. You'll be on Event Guide. It'll tell you how many days, hours, minutes are within the orientation. You'll have an activity feed, attendee, speakers, and partners tabs. And within your featured speakers, you'll have a description of every single speaker you're going to be having throughout the week with a bio. So please make sure to look into that if you want to, get to know who your speakers are going to be beforehand. In order for you to access the actual event and the Zoom links, please click on schedule, which is here in the red box. From there, you'll be able to see all the sessions from the first day to the very last day with titles and time. And once you click on, let's say, RA or orientation overview, you'll see a box that says Zoom link, and this will automatically send you to the Zoom link of the day and the session. Any questions so far on the platform? Okay, great. And just again, throughout the orientation, we're going to be having some activities. One of them will be a scavenger hunt, and that can all be posted within your activity feed, which you can see here in one of the first images. The orientation, each day you're going to be provided lunch. Attendance will be taken every single day, and as soon as that's done, we'll be sending you either a Grubhub or an alternative method of lunch. So if everyone could please take out their phones, their devices for a quick, these next 2 minutes, and please scan the code or click the link provided here. Oh, sorry. And for you to scan the code, you just have to take out your phone, go to camera, and then just try to focus on the code, and it should automatically take you to a Google survey. And here you'll be putting your first name, your last name, if you have access to Grubhub, and we'll be making sure that you've been advised that attendance is going to be taken every day. And that's what's going to be determining if you get your lunch that day, that your lunch credit that day.
Excuse me?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me? Sorry. I'm on call. I was having trouble with Teams, so can I get a link to any of this?
Yeah.
I don't have screen sharing.
Yes, of course. I'll have all of these slides sent over to Lady as well.
Oh,
So
okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to have images of, navigating the platform or these links and codes, you'll have it available as well.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. So again, I'm just going to give everyone another quick another minute just to try to fill this out.
Yes, I'll mention that half of the RAs are not in this call, so I will be sending out any resources that are presented in this call.
Okay, perfect. Yes. Okay, great. And again, these slides will be sent over after to Lady as well. And that's about it. If there's any questions with platform or Grubhub or anything about Crowd Compass in general, please feel free to reach out to myself or Shatiba, and all of our information is listed here as well. And again, these slides are going to be sent over, so you'll have access to everything. Thank you so much.
I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
If we have no idea if Grubhub delivers here, do we just do no?
Yes, you can just say no, and we'll be finding
Okay.
an alternative method for you to have your credit that day.
Thanks.
And if I could add one thing relating to Grubhub, if you have a personal Grubhub account that you're already using, remember that we're using the email address that you, and Angela's going to have that on the spreadsheet. So make sure you're logging in with the email address versus your school address, or you may have a new email address. Make sure you're staying with the same email address, because that's essentially where we're going to put those funds for Grubhub. And also, if you have your phones readily accessible, you can check and see if Grubhub is in your area, whether it's your new area that you'll be traveling to in preparation for next week. So you can do some kind of research on your end just to see if Grubhub is available in your local area. Thank you.
Thank you, Shatiba. And thank you, Angelica. And don't wait till the last minute to do that. Right? Don't wait till it's time to eat to say, hey, I don't have Grubhub in my area. So go ahead and make sure you're checking that stuff and you're letting us know so that we can, as she said, get other alternatives in place. So before you go off screen, Angelica, looks like we have a hand up. Allie?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I had just submitted it using my Gmail account, not the email that you all sent out. Do you want me to submit another form?
Yes, that would be ideal, just so everything is the same throughout the platform. Grubhub.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and let me write your name down, Allie, so I'll just delete your first
submission. Okay, thank you.
All right. Are there any other questions about the platform, about Grubhub, about anything that Angelica or Shatiba just went over? Jacob?
So as far as the email, because I submitted one of my Gmail address, my personal one, because I haven't gotten access to my Forest Service one yet because I haven't picked my computer. Do you want me to wait to submit one until Monday? Because I'm going to probably get my computer Friday, so I won't have time over the weekend. Would you rather me just keep the one I submitted right now with my Gmail address, or wait until I get my Forest Service email on Monday?
This is for Grubhub, correct?
Yes.
Oh, that's fine. As long as you know which one you put in, that's where you're going to be looking for your Grubhub invitation.
Okay.
Yeah, just so we can have it before Monday, so we can have you on the list and there's no delays.
Thank you. Allie, is that a new hand or a legacy hand?
Oh, it's old, sorry.
Okay, no problem. Just wanted to make sure.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, so I'm not seeing any more hands. I'm not seeing any questions in the chat box, so I guess we can move on. If you do have anything, just drop it in the chat or let us know. Thanks again, Angelica and Shatiba. All right, so Thomas, Kelardy, do we still have you?
Hey, yep, I'm here.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate your continued support.
You're welcome. I'm glad to be here. Thanks everyone for being here. I don't know how many of you have either a link pass or the username and password. So I'm just going to start off by sharing my screen, and we'll just start off with the link pass part of it. Back over there. All right. So if you have your computers out and powered up, you should come to a screen that looks something like this green one here, some sort of date on it. And if you have a link pass, the screen that pops up when you insert the link pass, usually into the front right, or no, I'm sorry, the rear right side or the front left side slot, there's a slot for the link pass. You're going to slide it in there, and you're going to see a screen that looks more like this, but it's going to say link pass after you slide it in for a second. And you're going to click on this link pass option, and that's where you'll just use your username and password to sign in your computer. And that's where we'll stop with that log on there. Do you have any questions for anyone? All right. The next one will be if you do not have your link pass, which is probably going to be more common for folks, and it's going to be logging in through your own internet service, and then we're going to log in through the network. So first off, once your computer's open and powered on, you see that green screen. You'll then also see these little waves coming out for the internet. Go ahead, click on that, find your network, and connect to it the same way you typically would. I'll give everyone a minute just to go ahead and do that or find it. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand or come on camera or just ask. And so once you've signed in, those are going to be, you're going to have that whole window and things like that. The next option is going to be coming over here to the network sign in. There's these two screens that pop up for you. We're going to connect to VPN. And so you click on that, and this screen over here should show up. And having not a link pass, you're going to look for this non-link pass option, obviously. And if you don't see it, click the down arrow, and it should give you 3 to 4 different options. Select the non-link pass, click connect, and then a few minutes later, it will prompt you to enter the PIN associated with that link pass. And by the way, you should never have to change that PIN. Sometimes this will prompt you to, but you should never ever have to change the link pass PIN itself. Just click out of that if it ever prompts you to do that. At that point, you should be able to come over here once you connect to the VPN to the other user side, and that's where you'll put in your short name and password associated with that short name. It may not be your final password. It'll prompt you to change that password after you sign in, but you'll put in that username. Mine is thomas.kelardy and or Thomas L. Kelardy, and my password, which goes in there. And then it'll do its spinning thing, and it should come to another screen if it's successful, and we'll pause there and look for any questions or comments from anyone.
Hello?
Hi. Hello. Go
Hello?
ahead.
Oh, sorry. My laptop will not let me connect to any networks. Like I checked, I made sure the password was right and the caps lock was off. I did all that. And I even tried to connect to an alternative network, but it just will not allow me to connect to any Wi-Fi network.
So it turns on and everything. It just won't let you connect.
No, it turns on in a minute.
Go ahead.
Well, yeah, because yeah, it turns on and it lets. I have that little 2 monitor thing, so I can get to the screen where I ask about the VPN and all that, the link pass. But it says I need to obviously connect to a network first, but it's not letting me connect to any networks.
Does it say error domain not found or user domain not found?
Nope, it asks for a key just like it would normally, and but then it just doesn't do anything. Keeps saying I can't connect to network.
Okay. How long have you had that computer?
Just today. So I was trying to get it set up before this call best I could, but it's just not working with me.
Okay. There may be an underlying issue with that. So hopefully by the end of this call, I can either touch base with you one-on-one or do some follow-up emails with you to get that fixed.
Okay, thank you.
I don't. Sorry, go ahead.
It doesn't show my name on here, right? Because I'm on call. Not. I couldn't figure out Teams just yet.
Yeah.
Figured out. Okay. It's Jenna, Jena, Allen, Allen. So when you can, I'd appreciate it.
All right. You said Jena Allen. Okay. Hopefully somebody has some contact information. I can get Jenna's information. I can reach out to her. All right. Is there anything else? Has anyone successfully connected? Has everyone connected? Can no one connect?
Wait, I'm not connecting to mine.
Okay. What type of things is are showing?
You told we have to go to the network sign in, correct? And then it's supposed to say the VPN, and link pass, and I click connect, and nothing's happening.
Okay, so you have a link pass, and you're trying to connect through the.
That's the thing. I don't know if I have one or not. I don't know.
Okay.
I know I did like all the onboarding things that we had to do.
Okay.
I never.
So it'll be a link pass will be a card. This will be a bad example, but a decent one. It's about the size of a business card, a little bit bigger. That have your picture kind of right here. It's a big plastic card, like a credit card, and it has one of those little they kind of tap the read keys on the chips on the front, and that'll be what your link pass looks like. So if you have one, you'll know what it is.
Oh, I don't have one of those.
Okay, so you will need to use your username and password, and that will be going in through. Once you get that username and password, you'll connect to your network with these little dots here on the sign-in page, and then you'll go to the network sign-in, and then you'll come over to where it should have other user, and you'll put in that username and password.
Okay.
And also, Jenna, if you're still on the call, have you tried to just shut your computer down completely yet?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I tried restarting it. Should I just shut it down entirely?
Yeah, go ahead and shut it down if you can or have access to it. Try and take the battery out, but if not, don't worry about it. Just shut it down for a good minute or two, and maybe
I'll
hold down the power button just to make sure it drains out as much as it can.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I was about to say, can you go over that process one more time, or if we don't have the link pass?
Absolutely. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and start. Your computer's on, and you're gonna look at the bottom right-hand side for this icon that if you can see on my cursor, there's the icon for the internet. You're gonna click on that, and it's gonna pop up a regular internet sign-in page. You're gonna look for your local internet provider, whatever you call it, Goose and Boots at whatever.com or whatever your home network is, and you're gonna put in that password for that network. And once that's connected, you're gonna move over to the network connection, which is these two little monitors. And you're gonna kind of do the same thing. You're gonna connect through VPN. Once you click on that, you'll get these this bar will pop up in there, and then if you don't already have it, you'll hit the drop down arrows and select the non-link pass option. And then you hit connect, and a screen should pop up with your asking for your username and password, and then you'll enter that information, and it may or may not ask you to update that to a more solid password, but that's that process. Did that help, or we need to slow down?
Yeah, Thomas, can I just jump in here regarding internet and password and Wi-Fi? I also had an issue with my first computer when I could not log on to my internet for some reason, and then I just changed my password to something way more complicated than it was, and I was able to connect. I think, I don't know, maybe the government laptops require a very convoluted password to be able to connect. So just FYI, that was my experience. I didn't know if it'll work for others, but it's worth a try.
Oh, thanks, Vanessa. And to clarify, that's your VPN, your home, not your VPN, but your home network password on your router.
Yes.
Gotcha. So instead of it being something like 1, 2, 3 or something simple, which we usually do, it might need to be something a little bit more complex. As you'll see in most other passwords, they're sometimes lengthy and have special characters.
So when we get to the username and password portion for the non-link pass, do we already supposed to have that information?
Yes, you should. You may have gotten your computer before you got that information, or it may be lost somewhere, but that information should be provided for you. Right, so if we're logged on to the laptop already, can we set up our Outlook line and update info in the Google? If you have all that and you're logged on, you are more than welcome, unless your supervisor said otherwise. You're good to go. That's the hardest part. Once you go ahead and get in there, you get familiar with the systems, set it up how you'd like it, whatever works for you, and then once sports actually starts, you're ready and good to go. Also, that Word document that I dropped in the files earlier, that works if you have a USDA email address along with the password. It's not going to be something you can just click into. You're still going to have some credentials to log into that. Let's have a hand up. Sorry about just seeing these hands up. Krista.
Able to log in. I get an authentication failed, and I'm using both passwords, so I'm not sure because I don't have a link pass. What do I need to do to get in?
Okay, when you say both passwords, what do you mean?
Okay, so I'm on my Wi-Fi, and I went to the double screen, and I got the Cisco AnyConnect Secure Mobility window, and I went to the no link pass, and I typed in my username, but when I go in to put in the password that was provided in the email, it says authentication.
Okay. I think that this may be non-related, but there were a couple of for lack of a better word, passwords or user identities that didn't get claimed and may have gotten kind of put on hold. So that one may be one of them. Another thing you could try is, do you have a cable, a VPN cable? Or an Ethernet cable? I keep saying VPN.
To directly wire it to my router, is that what you're saying?
Correct.
I don't have one handy.
That's going to be one option to try. Is this your first time booting it up? Like the first time trying to connect?
Yep.
Okay. So you've been trying to connect for at least 20 minutes. So you shut it down and start it back up and try the process again.
Okay, I'll give her a try.
Okay. And Jenna, are you still there? Is there any progress?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Nothing yet.
Okay.
Thanks.
And I know it sounds like a typical IT answer to just shut it down and start it over again, but sometimes that actually does work. It's something with the systems, things sync over once they maybe get that initial connection from being shipped from the depot. They'll wake up and then just take another nap. But
Okay, but yeah, my sister's a programmer. Trust me, sometimes her best advice is turn it off and turn it on again. So
yeah, reset the router. All right. Krista, is that a new hand?
My bad.
All right. I think Lee's put a chat in there. All right, well, I'll put my email in here just in case someone wants to email me directly. But thank you all for your time, and I'll hang out here for a little bit longer.
All right, thanks, Thomas. We appreciate you going through that and also for hanging on a little longer in case there are other questions, but appreciate you walking everyone through that. All right, are there any last minute questions about anything, you guys? This will be our last call before Monday, so now's your time to ask about anything. Allie?
Hi, I was just checking. Is it okay if we don't have access to our Forest computer before we start orientation, or do we need to have that beforehand?
No, that is totally fine. So next week, we'll be using Zoom links. And so each of you will receive those invites and stuff as Angelica went over. And so you'll also have access to the platform. So there are other ways to engage in orientation outside of having your government computer. So your government computer is not needed. Also, your link pass. If you do not have a link pass, once again, don't panic. You'll still be able to access your government computer without your link pass. All right. So so yes, everyone is still required to attend orientation next week.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Jeffrey.
Hi. So if we don't get the email that has the Compass something or other, the email to download that program, by the end of today, we should email you about that, right? Angelica, was it? Yes.
Yes, it was Angelica.
Yeah.
But if you don't receive it today, then at least just wait until tomorrow, maybe like midday tomorrow, just in case something comes up and she doesn't get it. She's gonna try to get it done today, but I would say midday tomorrow if you don't have it by then.
And one other question is, if we do have the computer and we're able to log on and everything, should that be the one we are using to do the orientation on, or does it really matter?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
if you have your government computer, then we ask that you use it next week so that you can, again, continue to get familiar with it. You can start going ahead and using your government email, and you can access all of that, and it'll be easier for you to be able to chat with us and your supervisor and others. So if you do have your computer, then please use it. If not, then we understand you can use your own personal.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. And if anyone else didn't hear me, if you don't receive your stuff today, don't panic. Angelica is in California, so she's in a different time zone. So allow her some more time. So just wait until like midday tomorrow to see if you receive that invite from her. Vanessa is dropping email addresses in the chat for all of our other speakers. If you did not get their email addresses, we will also send out a follow-up email with this recording, as well as all of these email addresses again. So if you don't get it now, don't worry, we'll follow up with a formal email to everyone, because we do realize a lot of people were unable to join the call, as well as there's a number of folks that are calling in from their cell phone. Allie?
Yes, I forgot to put my hand down again. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem. No worries. Krista?
Yes, I joined in a little bit late, and I might be asking you to repeat, but how do we join on Monday? Is that going to be an email that you're going to send to us?
Yes.
I'm not sure how we're going to be able to connect.
Yes, everyone will receive an email from Angelica, and it's going to be an invitation to the platform. You will also you can also download the app, Crowd Compass, but again, all of that will be in the follow email that we send out as well. So you're going to get this information from multiple directions. So you'll have everything that you need to sign in for orientation next week.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Romeo.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome, thank you. I was just wondering if we have hardware that we want to hook up to the laptop, is that okay? Like an extra monitor or anything like that? Is that okay?
So I would say an extra monitor should be fine, as long as that's all that it is.
I just have an
know.
extra monitor because the screen's a little small on the laptop.
Oh yeah, the screens are definitely small. So if you have an extra monitor and you're gonna need that to do your work to make things bigger, then yeah, that should be fine. But nothing else really.
Okay.
Monitor, a mouse, those things like that. But that's it.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? All right, so just to recap this call, if you have not received the email about Equip, then you're going to put your information in the chat box, or you're going to email Alexandria. We will provide her email address in a follow-up email, as well as it is located in the chat box right now. If you are just looking for a status check because you've done all of that, you've done your fingerprints, you've done your Equip, and you have not heard back anything, then you can also drop your information in the chat for a status check. But we also encourage you to check your junk folders, because a lot of times some things will go to your junk folder. So if you're not actively checking your junk folder, then it's always good practice to do that as well, because things can land there. For Angelica, again, she will be sending something by end of day, but again, she's in a different time zone. So we want to allow her the rest of the day to get that sent out. So don't panic if you don't receive anything today. Wait till tomorrow about midday. And if you still have not received any type of notifications from Angelica with the invitations, then you can reach out to her. My team, Vanessa and I and Don, we will be sending out a follow-up to recap this meeting with all of the attachments, the documents, the links, email addresses, the whole nine. So you'll receive that as well. So by Friday, everyone should have everything that they need to be fully prepared for orientation next week. If you don't have your link pass, again, no worries. You can call the help desk. They'll give you a 30-day exemption, and you'll still have access to your computer. If you don't have your computer, again, you'll be able to utilize your personal computer by using the platform using Zoom. Okay. All right. So by now, you should also have heard from your mentor, your supervisor. If you have not, and you have the information, then reach out to them. But we have also encouraged them to reach out to you. So make sure that you are already starting that communication with your supervisors. So orientation is mandatory. If for some reason you are unable to make a session next week due to an emergency or something, please do let us know. We will be checking attendance on next week. You will get paid for next week if you are in attendance. So please be sure to be there. And although it is kind of a half a day, each one of you will get paid for an 8-hour day for each day next week. So again, if there are no further questions, just want to check back with my team. Dawn, Vanessa, any last minute things that you'd like to add?
Nothing here. Thanks.
Nothing for me.
All right. Well, with that, again, thank you guys for being attentive today. And we hope that you have a great rest of your day. And we look forward to seeing you on Monday.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Have a good day.
You too. Vanessa, you can stop the recording. Hello, Sylvia.
Hey, it's good.